Mary Martin, who brought us those two albums I discussed before, she now narrates Sleeping Beauty. She tells the story and she sings many of the movie songs. Side 1, the first one. In 1959, Disney released Sleeping Beauty, and to coincide with the release, Disneyland Records released the story of Sleeping Beauty, told and sung by Mary Martin. Here you see the beautiful artwork once again in play, and this artwork will not be seen in later issues, but this is the original issue. Never mind the $6 price tag here. Anyhow, beautiful artwork on the outside, and open the book, you got beautiful work on the inside. Now the original owner, please excuse the tape here. The original owner must have taped this and minted it. Poor condition. Anyhow, the record's still in perfect condition, and the first of the purple labels. These purple labels would last throughout the entire 1960s. Now we move on to the New York World's Fair. Walt Disney wanted the New York World's Fair asked Walt Disney to create some attractions to boost attendance, I believe. And one of the attractions is, of course, the well-known It's a Small World. And you see, this is the very first issue of the It's a Small World soundtrack, narrated by Winston Hibbler. You have the Tower of the Four Winds. Inside you have full-color illustration, photographs of the attraction. As seen on the back here, despite this price tag wasn't included. Included with the illustrations placed later. And many of these photographs represents what you would see inside the original It's a Small World at the New York World's Fair, which ran from 64 to 65. After its run, Disneyland would own It's a Small World. They would nix the Tower of the Four Winds and added a spectacular clock. And of course, I won't discuss the music. We discuss the music because you all know and hear It's a Small World. But yeah, you hear the song in many languages, in German and Scandinavian, Japanese, Spanish, French, what have you. Here we go with another Mary Martin release. This time she tells the story of The Sound of Music. This, I believe, was to coincide with the motion picture from 1965. You see the beautiful art here. Side 2. The other side features liner notes telling you about the movie, the original stage play in which Mary Martin originated the role of Maria von Trapp. And of course, the movie, which came out in 1965, after Mary Poppins, Julie Andrews played Maria von Trapp in the movie. In this album are many of the songs from The Sound of Music, including A Bell Is No Bell. That wasn't in the movie itself, but if you have the but changing the subject for a moment, if you have the new soundtrack album of the expanded version of the Sound of Music soundtrack, you'd hear a little bit of A Bell Is No Bell by Julie Andrews. Anyhow, we've got 11 pages of artwork based on the movie and stage play. And this album is in stereophonic, which I prefer almost all my albums to be in stereo. Now, going back to Sleeping Beauty, this is the 1970s. We're jumping a little ahead of time here. The 1970s release of Sleeping Beauty. Here you see the beautiful, but yet scary-looking art with Maleficent wreaking revenge. Originally, this was released in 1959. I'll have to show you my original one later, but this is a reissue. And originally, Disneyland Records released the soundtrack album, but now it's been released by Buena Vista Records, as you see here. And on the back here, this isn't a gatefold, by the way. Yeah, black and white stills the movie. And you have many of the songs and some of the music, not all the music, but among the vocalists is Mary Costa, the voice of Princess Aurora / Briar Rose. Moving along, we've got the Disneyland band. Nice, beautiful cover in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle. This was released in 1968. I believe, is it 19... No, take that back, it's 1969. On the back here, oh, before I go any further, original price tag at Disney, this sold for $3.98 plus tax $4.18. And this time leading the band is James Christensen, the man who helped bring the Main Street Electrical Parade music to life in its original first run. That's a different story. Anyhow, this collection features music from The Jungle Book, Mary Poppins, and some pop favorites including Hello Dolly, The Trolley Song, and Stars and Stripes Forever. And the Disneyland band branches out into many different bands, including the saxophone quartet, as mentioned before, the Disneyland Polka Band, which I guess existed at the time, no longer existed, and the Straw Hatters for New Orleans Square. Now, I present two soundtracks featuring Hayley Mills. Well, two movies featuring Hayley Mills, that is. We have the Moon Spinners, the original movie, the soundtrack music by Terry Gilkyson, who also would do the Bare Necessities, among others. And we've got some black and white photos of stills from the movie, and it features the famous Moon Spinners theme. And talking about logos, here's the memorable black rainbow logo. This is before Disneyland moved to their yellow rainbow. Yeah, this album has a few scratches and a few fingerprints, but all will be taken care of. And we have The Parent Trap, the original release as Camerata conducts the music from Walt Disney's The Parent Trap, featuring the songs by Hayley Mills, Tommy Sands, Annette Funicello, and Maureen O'Hara, who plays Maggie. Maggie. Oh wow, it's been a while since I've seen the movie. Forgive me. Anyhow, this album features the famous song "Let's Get Together," penned by the Sherman Brothers, mind you. They penned all the songs, and even Maureen O'Hara sings a number as she did in the movie, "For Now, For Always." And Tommy Sands and Annette do the title song, "The Parent Trap," which is heard in the movie. Now, side 2 features many songs that are not in the movie. They are actually songs from other albums. You hear music from The Swiss Family Robinson, Sleeping Beauty, Alice in Wonderland, and a non-Disney track called Intermezzo. There's Maestro Camerata.